Okay, so I'm going to basically break this down for you guys. Really simple. For the new artifact that's coming out, I'm going to quickly explain this, alright? First things first, obviously, power has been reset. Whatever. Little irritated, all those stats that we were grinding for, the triple hundreds, whatever. Basically just became worthless. That's fine if that's what they're doing. Just means they're trying to pull everybody back. I'm gonna be honest, this is not my video, but I am using this as a reference here. So, let me explain what's going on here. If you look right here, uh, it, it kind of explains it very simple. Right here, you're gonna see his stats. This guy, he got access to it. It's great and all that you wanted to go with a grenade build. Now we all know that we're getting up to 200s. Cool, that's great. They should have done in the first place. Not worth it. I was watching this guy's video, and I was like, okay, that's doesn't make any sense that they're, you know, making it to where you have to like do a bunch of stuff, but it's not a bad thing. It's also like you're a warlock here. That's what he's doing. And there's two things you need to remember. Warlock is intellect. In this for this season, from now on, it's intellect, healing, and your grenade. This dude, you look right here, has two. What an idiot! I'm sorry. If you are running as a warlock, titan, hunter, I mean, come on, a hunter. They literally explained this previous TWAB, saying that if your stat is below the margin, which is 70, which is the good part, anything above 70, awesome. If you are below that, you're basically taking forever to heal. Get your grenade back. Super. Whatever it is. Anything that's super low, like 2 or 0, you're not going to get it back for like X amount of time. If the higher your stat is, the better you are. I'm sorry, but that's exactly what's going on. I've seen this in a lot of different videos. I've been doing a lot of research, finding out builds, going through my dim, making sure that I have all these prepped and whatever. This guy, he had the option, he was doing okay, and then I saw this. This is where I paused the video. And sorry, but I disliked it because he didn't know what he was talking about. Okay? I can tell you right now that when you look at your stats and you're playing Destiny 2, if you're going to be playing the new Age of Fate, okay, we all know that it's just annoying that they're doing this to us. But anyways, the artifact alone helps a little bit, but at the same time, it's not going to help. Okay, so, I mean, they talk about how you're going to be able to masterwork your armor, do all these things. That's great. But this guy's running as a warlock, and yet it looks like a titan in the background. If you really look at it, it looks like a free titan. I mean, okay, it's fine, but the thing that I love about it is if you look at it, he goes on, okay, and I'm gonna kind of like breeze it really quick. So now all of a sudden, I'm done. I can't. You have 0 strength. This is strength. This isn't, your melee. I mean, okay, strength also means how much you hit. You're 0, you're not going to do anything. Like, come on. Oh. Don't do this. Don't ever do this. If I see people that do this, I'm going to laugh at you and I'm actually going to bag on you. Because it's the truth. It's, you need to distribute your stats now. Triple hundreds, quad hundreds, all 6 if you can get to that. That's awesome. But now they've actually broken it down more to where you can get all of your stats to 200 or more. But just remember, anything that's above 200 now is worthless. So don't feel discouraged if you get to that point. By the way, the stats are going to be completely different. You're going to be able to focus. I think it's half is going to be like able to do one, and then the other half is going to be like, whatever you want. But I do like how he does explain here, which is exactly what it is. With your damage resistance and your damage weapons, these are coming. And by the way, the next season is focused around Strand, Stasis, and Solar. I'm going to throw that out now. Sunbracers is coming back. I have a build that's going to be all about scorching and basically just spreading chaos. So be ready for that. Don't forget to hit that follow on this. So on the day it comes out, this basically is the best way to do it. Save all of your season pass stuff, like your seasonal, like attributeds, like your activities that you have to do. Don't turn them in. Don't turn in your season activity bonuses. Like if you completed doing 1,000 kills with a linear rifle, don't turn that in. Save those things. I'm telling you that now. Anything that says XP plus or XP plus plus on any of your bounties, hold on to those. Yes, I know that they're saying, oh, we're going to have a lot of those disappear. No, they're not. They lied to us. As always, I'm going to say this now. They are not getting rid of that. They're actually going to keep those things, especially the fact that they are actually still used in the game. And I can prove this to give you an example. And I wanted to show this to you right here. Okay, check this out. So I was messing around, and I actually have a weapon here that is actually for next season. So this is actually a next season gun, and it's from the actual Trials of the Nine, and this is actually a perked one that's it's a double thing. But here's the weird part. It actually is light level 0. Okay? Don't know why it's doing this, but that is what it is. So, to explain this, what's going to happen is I will be able to masterwork this weapon and tier it, which means, look right here, whatever slot that was in, it's going to increase. When your tier goes up, means you do more damage or whatever. The other thing that I found out that during the actual looking at the actual stuff, I wanted to bring this over here. Right. It's like right here. Right. Oh, not that one. Well, that one too, but there's a bunch in here. He talks about right here, this one. Radiant Shrapnel. Okay, so if you're a Warlock or a Titan and you're running, you could do, there's like multiple different ways you could do this. If you're a Titan and you're running Pyrogale, I can never say this, Pyrogale Gauntlets. Oh my gosh. You're running this and you're a Titan and you're running Prismatic. Believe it or not, this is actually going to be broken this next season. Same with Sunbracers. Sunbracers will be broken. Even the new exotic that the Warlocks get is going to be busted. So, I already looked into that. It's pretty nasty. It's really amazing. If you haven't checked it out, you can go freaking Google it. It's amazing. I will say that this probably will be a little too busted. Here's the reason why. With the new exotic, it actually acts as a necrotic grip situation. So if you look at how this is actually talking about when dealing sustained weapon damage while radiant, or defeating a scorched combatant with a weapon causes the target to release solar projectiles. Okay, think about it like this. We all know how poison in the game kind of works. It kind of does this big burst of cloud, right, around the target. Well, that actually will spread to other targets, right? This is where it gets crazy. With that being said, you're basically going to be able to spread Scorch, and on top of it, that's basically just going to break the game, because if you have it correctly done, Scorch is going to spread anyways. Poison's going to spread. At the same time, you now have a Scorch poison build that just basically annihilates the floor. So, how to basically utilize that. Get yourself a nice necrotic grip build, like this. Run your stasis class, or not your stasis, your super class, which they are changing some of these, I think, and they're going to be there's some things that are coming, some that are not. Definitely run Song of Flame. Song of Flame. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I said just Flame, whatever. Anyways, run this, okay? And some of these will disappear too, but they're all going to change. Don't worry about it. Anybody who tells you differently, I'm going to say this right now, they don't know what they're talking about. I'm sorry. And I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but that is exactly what it is. They don't know what they're talking about, and I'm going to say this now. Builds, it all depends on how you play, okay? But if you want to basically run a meta build for this ad clearing situation, but because of the artifact, you're basically going to boost your super anyways, so might as well do it anyways with this. Running this, you can basically melt the boss. You can melt the ogre in Grasp of Avarice. You can melt the witch from Ghost of the Deep in a heartbeat. There's really no other way to explain that if you have a necrotic grip build or anything that has Star Eaters, you're gonna just basically just run through the characters like it's nothing. So with this perk, artifact perk, you're gonna basically just shut down the whole game. That's awesome. The other thing I'm going to say is when he talks about here about having his exotic equipped, you look right there, 15% for that area. So if you run Dragon's Breath, if it's an exotic, especially an exotic, this actually will come in handy too. It's not just for that season. It's for any exotic or that power slot or energy slot or kinetic slot. It is for that point. Now, this is where it gets really funny. If you look at the other three, now we know about intellect and we know discipline, we know your strength, we know your healing. This is where it gets kind of crazy, right here. Now, in the actual artifact, he talks about it briefly, which is right here. And I think it's hilarious that they don't do this. People don't actually understand that you can actually look and see what you're going to be coming up with. If you have 3 pieces of gear that are active and constantly used, for instance, 3 weapons from the season, yes, you're going to get this. You're going to get a bonus gear. But if you only have 2, that's great. Just run that. You don't need anything else. If you have your armor that's all from the same stuff or same season, that's awesome too. But just to throw this out, if it says new gear, it's going to have that little icon. This little icon right here. That's great. You don't need it. I'm just going to be honest. You don't need it. I'm going to say this now. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I have friends that have played the beta, which is what they're doing. This is what this guy did. He went in and he actually did a beta, which is basically making sure that, hey, this is good to go, blah, whatever, no big deal. Technically speaking, if you really want to know, this is Destiny 3. Okay, because we're getting reset light. So anybody that that understands that and knows what I'm talking about, you'll know that after we were in Destiny 1, at the end of Destiny 1, everybody was 400 light. Now you come into Destiny 2 and you're only at like 100 light or 200 light, I think it was. Kind of annoying. Don't know why they did that. The other thing that I saw was when I was talking with him, not this guy, the other guy, that they have these things right here. Okay, so these, see how it says plus? That means it's a bonus activated. So that means you're going to get above. So Pinnacles basically act as this. You go in, you're going to have a bonus here. You're not going to have it in like your activities anymore. You're going to have it like, you are, but they're not going to be like guaranteed. Like, I think you can actually focus them, he said. I don't remember exactly. I have to pull them up again and ask him. But this is actually what it is. You would actually focus exactly what you're going to work on. I think that's what he said. But the perk that comes with some of these is really cool. That, by the way, is probably the best role that I would use for PvE, which is chain reaction and the beacon rockets, which really is cool. This is actually the new pulse rifle too. It's really kind of cool. Not a bad set up a lot of range, dang, or blast radius. So basically, it's just a big rocket that does burst damage. So it's kind of cool. But the concept that we all forget is that exotic that he's talking about right here, the one that I'm actually considering definitely going for. This will only be achieved through the legendary campaign. I'm going to throw that out now. So do your legendary campaign. If you have to run with teammates, I would probably recommend 2 teammates, just you and another person. Don't try to run 3. From what I found out, and if you look at the data from previous ones that were awful, the campaign actually spawns more enemies, and it can be kind of overwhelming. So your choice. Hey, if you do it with 3 people, props to you, man. But I'm going to throw that out. I'm not doing that. I'll probably run it solo on day 1. I have pre-ordered it. I hope that this kind of helps you guys because you don't need to like break. It's not rocket science. Play how you play. And if you like playing that guy that does like poison and solar damage, I mean, perfect example. Do that. Go for that. But